What's happening, family? Dr. Joe here. Hope each of you are well and blessed. You see the title, Why Am I Feeling So Old? You know, this subject matter of age is an interesting one because we live in a society where people subconsciously and consciously, in many regards, fight off this concept of aging, of getting older. And you can see this phenomenon in people, people doing things to look younger, people going through surgeries to get tighter skin, to get, more voluptuous bodies. People can become incessant about dyeing their hair. Not saying something is wrong with that, but there are a lot of people that when they see gray in their hair, it creates anxiety and they have to cover it because of this type of this fear of aging. We see people who lie about their age. We see people who come up with cute sayings like 30, like 40 is the new 30, like 50 is the new 40. No, it's not. 40 is still 40, 30 is still 30, 60 is still 60. But all of these little examples are nothing more than proof of how we live in a society that fears death, that fears this process of life. And I want to tell you a few reasons as to why and how you can stop feeling so old, why you can embrace the process. All right. People who fear getting older and people who say things like that and people who get depressed every birthday are individuals who subconsciously are not fully satisfied with the way they've used the time that has been given to them. Okay. And if they use the time and had a different perspective, they wouldn't feel bad about getting older, because at the end of the day, what's the antithesis of getting older? Dying young. Who wants that? A couple of ways that you can combat this. Number one, by having a purpose-driven life. The more your life is used for something that's purposeful, something that transcends how much did I make? How many shoes can I buy? How many purses can I buy? How many suits can I buy? How much status do I have? How many followers? I'm talking about purpose. Purpose is when you take your life and you use it in a way whereby you are positively impacting the lives of others. All right. With having children, with raising your children, with being a part of programs and institutions where you're using your gifts, your talents, your skill sets. When you see to yourself and you can look up every single year and see how your life has gone towards something that has purpose and not something that is empty, it causes you to not dread this concept of getting older. And the reason why is because you are pleased with how you are using the time that God has given you on this earth, living a purpose-driven life. The second way to combat this feeling of feeling older is to become a better version of yourself. Be fitter this year than you were last year. Be smaller than you were this year than last year. Have better health. Eat more properly. Be more active. Be more involved in things that make you a better person. Read more books. Explore new things, create new memories. You see, every single year, I'm trying to outdo myself on last year. I'm trying to become a better version of myself, because like at the end of the day, just because something is getting older doesn't mean it's cheaper. The best wines in the world are old wines. The most valuable cars in the world are old cars. All right. The most valuable things are things that have time. All right, that are connected to it. And all of us don't have to diminish value as we age, but we can increase it. All right. Just because I'm a man and I'm 45, all right, doesn't mean I can't be as fit as an 18-year-old. When I look at myself and I look at the hard work that me personally, that I put into my own life, I don't get mad that I'll be 46 this year, because I don't have to feel 46. I don't have to act 46. I can be the best version of myself. I can be a better version at 46 than I was at 36. And so can you. You know, you don't have to become despondent about getting older. You can embrace it and give God praise and thanksgiving that he's allowed you to have another day, another year. But the last thing that you can do to combat this feeling of getting old is stop equating negativity with aging. There are many, many, many things in life that are better when you're older than when you're younger. Number one, when you're young, you lack wisdom because you don't have any context. You lack experience. You lack context over your own life to see and have an understanding. If I'm 45 and I'm talking to a 35-year-old off the rip, I have value that 35-year-old does not, for the mere fact that I've been 35 before. I've been 36 before. I've been 37 before. I've been 38 before. I've been 39 before. I've been 40. I've been 41. I've been 42. I've been 43. I've been 44. I've been 45. I know how it feels to come out of my 30s into my 40s. How am I able to come up and to process what I'm telling you now? Time. The wisdom that I'm sharing with you right now, that's piercing the heart of someone who's watching me right now. I couldn't have gotten that when I was 18. All right. I couldn't have gotten that at that time. There are a lot of things about getting older that you can embrace and that you can look forward to. When I was young and 18, there was a lot of things that were on my mind and on my brain that was not conducive to where I needed to be. But now that I'm older and those feelings have subsided, my mind is able to be more engaged with understanding. You know, the reason why people feel old is because you're living like you're old. You're thinking like you're old. All right. You have habits like you're old. You've given up. There are women watching this. You know, maybe you're hitting the age of menopause, and that's a part of nature. All it is that you're transitioning to a part of your life to where the childbearing years are no longer upon you, but that's okay. But you don't have to not be valuable. You don't have to not feel sexy. You don't have to not have a snatched waist. You don't have to not, present the best version of yourself. To guys who hit their 40, just because you're here at 40 doesn't mean you have to have a dad bod. Doesn't mean you have to have a beer belly, a gut, have low testosterone. These are all agreements that we make. All right. The folk who feel old are the people who have not used the time that God has given you. And when you improve in those sections and in those areas of having a purpose-driven life, becoming a better version of yourself, and stop equating negativity with getting older, you too will stop feeling young. You'll start embracing your age. It won't matter, man. Hey, I just want to be the best version of myself. I want to be used by God, and I want to continue to gain wisdom until the day I die. And if I do that, then I don't care how many grades I got. I'm proud of my age. Because just because I'm old or getting older doesn't mean I'm losing value. I'm like wine, baby. I get better with time. See you on the next one.